going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video on overcoming retroactive jealousy and jealousy in relationships. My name is Matt, and in today's video we're going to be taking a spin on things, and we're going to be talking about 7 ways you can build the ultimate self-esteem. And the reason I wanted to do a video on this is because retroactive jealousy and jealousy in relationships in general have to do with your self-esteem, right? Sometimes it is brought on because of your own insecurities, because of your own self-worth, because you don't feel confident, things like that. If you were absolutely 100% confident with yourself, you would never suffer from jealousy, retroactive jealousy, especially retroactive jealousy, anything like that. And in the course, I give the example of George Clooney. And I say, how many women has George Clooney been with? And how big of a past has all those women had? And how big of a past has he had? And do you think George Clooney suffers from retroactive jealousy? You think every time he gets in a relationship, he goes into this, dark, clouded depression over RJ? No, of course not, because he's oozing with confidence, right? So how can we turn you into the next George Clooney, right? How can we develop that self-worth, that self-esteem, and build that up as best we can? So there's a ton of ways to do it, but I picked 7 that I kind of find the most interesting that I wanted to share with you. So we'll start with the first one. And the first one is kind of just physical stuff in normal outings, normal public places, conversations with people. And that is, firstly, maintain eye contact with somebody. And I know we all have that friend or the person we know, and it could be us, that you have a conversation with them and then their eyes start kind of wondering, and maybe they're talking to you, but they're looking a complete opposite direction, right? And it kind of is distracting. If you really want to connect with somebody, it's that eye contact, right? So try maintaining eye contact as best you can with somebody, because you're really going to feel that connection. And it's going to probably be uncomfortable at first, but the more you do this, the more you're going to develop that habit. And I know when I have a conversation with somebody and they are looking in their eyes, I feel their confidence, right? I feel 100% power coming from them. And they'll feel that with you, if you can take the time to really do that, and you'll feel it within yourself. So do the eye contact thing. We also say the 3-second rule. So if there's multiple people in the room, make sure you're giving eye contact to each person, right? 3 seconds here, maybe 3 seconds here, maybe 3 seconds here, as you're talking amongst the people, okay? That's going to give you an all-around broad sense of confidence. These people are going to understand your confidence. You're going to feel that coming from them. You're going to feel it through you. If you can do this on a regular basis and develop a habit out of it, you're going to be unstoppable, right? You're going to just start developing that self-esteem over time, especially in cases like this, when you're talking to somebody. It's big, it's huge. And there's other physical cues as well. So you see a lot of people that sometimes are closed off when they're talking, like they're folding their arms or kind of folding their hands or things like that. Be open, right? When you're kind of folding yourself or have yourself closed up, it almost gives the idea that you're hiding something, is what they kind of say, right? But you're not. You're open. You're feeling good. You're feeling confident. You've got nothing to hide. You've got nothing to worry about. You're putting yourself out there 100%, right? You're putting yourself on the edge. You're making yourself vulnerable, which is huge. Vulnerability. Make yourself vulnerable every single day as much as you can to build that ultimate confidence. So just remind yourself to do that. Kind of get mental cues. If you're talking to somebody or just in general and you're standing there with your arms crossed talking, put your hands down, or put them up here and talk with them open. When open palms is good. This means you're friendly. This means you got nothing to hide, right? So try that. Try that also with your posture, remain upright with your posture. Lean into the conversation. Don't kind of lean back as you're listening. Really lean in. And this can be uncomfortable, especially for some that have never done this before, but I promise you, if you do this as much as you can, embrace the discomfort at first, it's going to become, again, a habit. And when you have a successful, confident habit that you continue to do over and over and over again, that's extremely powerful, because that sticks in your mind and it starts showing up in other areas of your life and your confidence. So that'd be my number one, kind of in a physical sense, what you can do out in public, out in conversations to build that self-esteem up, not only for yourself, but for others to see too. So number 2 is be grateful, right? There's a lot of negativity out there in the world. But we can choose to focus on the negatives, or we can choose to focus on the positives. It doesn't really matter which you choose, but one usually feels good and one usually doesn't feel good. If you just sit down and realize what you're grateful for, that you're here, you're alive, you got this whole world to explore, this is a fantastic thing, this is awesome, that makes you feel good, right? That makes you feel compassionate, that makes you feel confident. And that's the idea behind it, right? The more you feel good, the more that becomes a habit of thought. So in certain situations where you may have not had the best confidence or self-esteem, at this point you've developed enough gratitude over time that those negative emotions don't get to you because you're just so full of gratitude. You're so full of positive emotion. So one thing that I like to do when I feel myself slipping into kind of a negative self-talk, negative thought pattern is just do a thought flipping activity. And that's anytime I feel a negative thought or I think a negative thought, I say, what's the opposite of this? Can I flip this somehow into being positive, right? How can I do that? And you can easily, find something to be grateful for, even no matter what the case is. If it's a huge line at the DMV and you got to sit there for 3 hours and the thought of that just sounds blah. Take that time to practice some of this stuff, right? Use it as a positive. I got 3 hours right now where I can practice building my self-esteem. I got 3 hours right now where I can trigger myself and get over retroactive jealousy. I got 3 hours right now where I can make some phone calls to family members and tell them how much I love them, right? Whatever the case is, any negative experience you have, thought flip it around. Find something good to think about. Find something positive, change your perspective. Continue to do that, boom, it becomes your habit of thought. Number 3, stop caring what other people think. Okay, that's huge. Stop caring about what other people think. Again, we just talked about creating internally in your own life, right? And that's the same for everything. You cannot create in someone else's reality. So you're basically worried what other people think about you, but that should have no effect on you whatsoever. You should have this positive self-talk down, right? That no matter what happens, you're feeling good, happy with yourself, because that's all that matters. Okay? You're talking to yourself hours and hours and hours a day, having verbal conversations with yourself. Have them be positive and just build that up. Tell yourself, I don't care what anybody thinks, I'm happy. I'm here, I'm happy, I'm living my life. They can do them, but I'm gonna do me. Usually the people that judge you too are the most unhappiest ones. So you're letting someone who's unhappy with themselves control how you feel, right? Dragging you down. Don't let that happen. Don't let someone who's not happy with themselves put you down. You are happy with themselves. You are happy with yourself. You're confident. You are so much bigger than all of this, what people are saying about you or what people are saying behind your back. So much bigger than that. And until you really see that, until you really understand that, that's going to be big in overcoming insecurities and things like that and building your self-esteem. But just think about that, is the fact that the people that usually judge, the people that usually talk behind your back are the ones that really have the problems. So don't let their low self-esteem get control of you. Start from this moment on saying, I'm going to live the life the way I want to. I'm going to condition my thoughts to benefit me. Everybody else can do whatever they want to do, but it's not going to affect me and my reality. I'm going to choose a higher perspective, a perspective of confidence, a perspective of love, compassion, and a perspective that makes me happy. And if you can do that, if you can push through this caring what other people think, you're going to become extremely powerful, huge, but more than you can ever imagine. That's a big one, guys. That's a big one right there. So the next one, number 4, this is a little more obvious one, is exercise, right? We need to, again, self-love. We need to take care of ourselves. If we take care of ourselves and love ourselves, the self-esteem is going to build automatically. We wouldn't have to do anything else, right? We're willing to put in the time, 30 minutes a day, an hour a day, or every other day, whatever it is, to really care about our body and ourselves. And that's just an automatic connection between the mind and the body, right? The mind knows when you're doing good things for yourself, and it can expand on that, right? And you can just feel it all throughout your cells that, hey, I'm benefiting myself. This is good for me. I did something for me for a change. Yes, it was exercise. Yes, it was uncomfortable, but look at the results. I'm feeling so good. I'm feeling so great. So try that for yourself. Try to, get in shape. Try to, make an exercise goal and try to achieve it. Something that's really going to benefit you and your body and make you feel good, because exercise is absolutely huge in building your self-esteem. Having a body that you're proud of, that you can look in the mirror and say, this is me and I love me. So if you're not someone who usually exercises, just get out there a little bit. Give it a try. Go for a walk, anything just to get started. The hardest part about anything is just getting started. But if you go out for a walk, a 15-minute, 20-minute walk, whatever, right now, and you do it again for the next 3-4 days, that's the hardest part. Then you've reached over the peak, right? It's those first 3-4 days that are dreadful. But if you can just embrace the pain and expect the pain and kind of enjoy it, enjoy the annoyance of it, enjoy the frustration of it, whatever it is, you're going to get over that hump. You're going to start to build the habit, and then your body's going to want to exercise. You're not even going to have to think twice. You're going to want to do it every single day. So get out there and give it a try. Next one, do what you love to do. So this is one that's I kind of thought of myself in this case. Do what you love to do, because I believe that leads to the ultimate happiness, right? That leads to the ultimate self-esteem, when you're really doing things on a daily basis that you absolutely love. And a lot of people are in jobs and doing things right now that they do not like, that they want to get out of, that they do anything to get out of, and it's just dragging down their self-esteem. And I'm here to tell you, take a risk sometimes and get out of the job. Do what you got to do to make yourself feel good. If you have a dream, if you have a passion, there is no greater feeling in the world than chasing that dream, right? Than going after that dream. You develop the ability to inspire others. You just get this energy that's unlike anything else, and you just wake up each day wanting to take on the day, right? Feeling confident, feeling wonderful, without even doing anything else, but going after your dream. People will start looking up to you, right? You'll start making more money. You'll get that financial freedom. You'll get to be your own boss, things like that. And again, I'm kind of putting emphasis on this dream life, right? As far as doing what you want to do business-wise. But if you want to be a father, if you want to, it could be anything, right? You can relate to anything. You might be 100% happy with the job that you currently have, but maybe there's something else in your life that, you'd rather have something else. You'd rather take it a step further. I encourage you to do that. Step through the fear. Go to where the fear is and go after that. Because again, that kind of goes back to the exercise. You're doing something for yourself. And when you do something for yourself, you feel that without having to do anything else. You really feel that connection. And you feel good about it. And it just boosts everything. It boosts, your mind, it boosts your body, it boosts your health, everything. And I remember when I was working my 8 hours a day at a job, and it was a great job, but it was for a company. And I always wanted to do stuff like this, like YouTube, talk to people, help people overcome jealousy, retroactive jealousy. I have additional YouTube channels, additional websites too, where I help with other things. And that was always my dream to do that, my desire to do that. And then I was put in a situation where I could do that. And so the funny thing is, when I worked a 9-to-5 job, I'd be absolutely exhausted after 8 hours, right? After 8 hours, I'd be exhausted, I'd be drained. I wouldn't feel myself, I'd just feel blah. But working on my own business, my own stuff, I work 14, 15 hours a day. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and sometimes work till 9 or 10 at night. And because I love it, because I feel so good, because I feel so energized about it, because I feel so confident. And that translates into my life outside of this. When I go out with my wife, when I just feel an overwhelming confidence, an overwhelming happiness, because I'm doing what I want to do every single hour of the day, right? So if you're in a situation where you have a goal, a dream, a desire, something that you're not quite achieving because of fear, go to where the fear is every time. Go to where the fear is, walk into it, because on the other side of that fear is the life that you've always dreamed of. I'm telling you, it's the life you always desired, and it will bring on an unbelievable confidence and self-esteem within you if you're able to do what you really love and what you really want to do on a daily basis. So the next one, number 6, is get to know yourself. So this is kind of an interesting one again. Get to know yourself. And there's so many people who don't know themselves. They don't know who they are. They don't know what they like and what they don't like. They have a general sense of it, but they really don't know. When they don't want to do something, they don't actually know why they don't want to do it. They just feel a negative emotion about it, and so they don't do it, right? So people suffering from jealousy in relationships and retroactive jealousy don't know why they have it. They just have it, right? So what would happen if you actually sat down and had a conversation with yourself? And you don't necessarily have to do this out in public. If you're worried about what people think, they might think you're cuckoo, right? But sit down in a room and ask yourself, "Hi Matt, how are you? How are you feeling today?" And respond. "I'm doing all right. I'm a little tired today, but I'm excited to be making a YouTube video helping out my subscribers and everybody watching." Great. Now, how are you feeling about this? How are you feeling about that? And respond to it. Respond. And ask yourself another question, and ask yourself another question. Well, how are you feeling about your relationship right now? Well, I'm feeling great, but today I had a little, some triggers, some retroactive jealousy spells. Oh, why did that happen? Well, I was watching a movie, and one of the names of the movie stars happened to be the name of my partner's ex, and it kind of got me going. So why do you think that happened? Well, I don't know, just kind of the thought of him upsets me because I wanted to be their only lover in their life. Okay, boom. See, now all of a sudden I got somewhere, right? Oh, I wanted to be their only lover in their life. So that's why this got triggered. So I know it sounds kind of weird, guys. You might not believe this is true, but you can really dig deep down in your mind and understand about yourself and understand who you are by simply having a conversation with yourself. And if you can get down to the root of the problems, what you're actually feeling, what some of these negative emotions and fears and anxieties are about, and you're able to take those down, boom, your self-esteem just skyrocketed. Your confidence just skyrocketed. You were able to take the things that were haunting you and knock them out of your life, right? So you can Google this too. There's other websites that talk about what exactly you can do, but have a conversation with yourself out loud. Sit down and really ask yourself how you're doing, and go from there and see what you can pull out, and see if you can build up, confidence. See if you can get rid of some of the negativity in your life, some of the fear in your life and anxieties by doing that. All right, and our final one, wow, number 7 is using affirmations. I absolutely love positive affirmations. I was introduced to them through Tony Robbins, who uses them quite a lot. And affirmations are positive statements that you say to yourself over and over and over and over and over again. It usually starts with I am. So I am strong. I am amazing. I am unstoppable, right? And even if you don't believe these things, if you continue to say them over and over and over again to yourself, it's going to penetrate into your subconscious mind, and you will actually start believing them. A belief is only a thought that you keep thinking. So if you think a positive thought about yourself over and over and over again, you're going to start to believe it. And Tony Robbins talks about this in his Netflix documentary, that he would go out and go for runs. And while he was running, all he would say is, "I'm unstoppable, I'm unstoppable." He used the F word, but I won't say it in here, but I'm effing unstoppable, I'm effing unstoppable. And he'd just run and he'd repeat that over and over and over again. And he said, what do you think happened after 4 or 5 days of me saying that? I believed it, right? I could run further than I ever ran before. It penetrated into my mind, my subconscious, and it was a part of me. Those words were a part of me. And so that's huge, especially in building your confidence and things like that, is if you can just say things to yourself enough times that you start to believe them, you can shape your whole world however you want to shape it. So compile a little list of some of my favorite affirmations that I'll read to you. And you can choose these if you want to try this, or pick up some of your own, but really think about these. And if you do want to say them, when you say them, feel them when you say them. And I get sometimes it's not automatic, right? Sometimes you say an affirmation and you don't feel anything, or you don't believe it, but do it anyway. Because eventually your mind's going to say, okay, I get it, and start believing you, right? Your mind might reject it at first. No, that's not true. But if you continue doing something over and over and over again and not stop, your mind's going to say, okay, I got it. I got it. It's like our retroactive jealousy compulsions. When we stop our compulsions, your mind goes, okay, I see, there's no danger here. I'm on your side. And that's the same we can do with affirmations. So here's a list of some of my favorite affirmations. First one is, I am willing. I am wired to win. I got this. I embrace the uncertainty of life. I am relentless. I expect nothing and accept everything. I am a warrior. I am unstoppable. I have supreme self-esteem. And finally, I am the most confident person in the world. Right? So those are some of my favorites that, yes, I use still on a daily basis. I love affirmations because they work, and I truly believe that they work. So try any of those, or find some of your own and repeat them to yourself, whether in social situations where you feel like you need a boost, or over and over again. Pick some and just repeat them to yourself as much as you can, and watch as they start becoming part of your life. It will work in incredible ways. So that kind of concludes the video, guys. I know that was kind of a long one, but I wanted to share those steps with you because I think it's very important in overcoming retroactive jealousy and overcoming jealousy in all relationships, is building your own self-worth, building your own self-esteem, self-confidence, self-love, all of that. And if you do any of these 7 steps, I think you're going to be well on your way to achieving that and well on your way to overcoming jealousy in your relationship. So once again, thank you for watching. If you do want more videos, don't forget to like and subscribe below. Also, become a member of the Retroactive Jealousy course. I have the link below. You can get access to the 24/7 Q&A section. We'll be more than happy to help you out with anything you need, any questions. I'll be happy to answer them. And of course, the Retroactive Jealousy community on Facebook is always free to join, and the link is below. Thanks everyone for sticking with me through this one. Remember to practice your confidence, say your affirmations, and do what we talked about. And again, there's only a matter of time until you boost that confidence level and are feeling wonderful. Take care. See you next time.